thank you for tuning into the North Main Minute. I'm Joshua Dobie. I don't need to tell you, if you have come out of the dark room at all and looked at a television, newspaper, you looked at your phone or your computer at any point here over the last several months, you know that it is indeed election season, and specifically, it is a presidential election season. Now, there are a whole bunch of other races happening subsequent, but as always happens, the Oval Office race really tends to dominate the headlines, our news stories, and certainly all the commercials that we see and the ads that we see online. So what does that mean as far as your financial plan is concerned, or what should you be thinking about as we get into the final weeks here before the first week of November, when election day actually is? I'm going to start out with a terrible answer. Don't do anything, just as a result of what's happening here in the next couple of weeks. And I say that in a blanket kind of way for this reason. It usually doesn't make a whole lot of sense to make significant tweaks to your financial plan because of things which happen in the relative near term. I'll put it differently. The economy was moving before this election. It'll be moving after this election, both positively and negatively in certain parts of it. It doesn't stop and start in the first week of November. So it's very, very important to keep that in mind. So the encouragement isn't that you shouldn't necessarily consider tweaks or adjustments, especially as we're looking at the sunset of some tax laws next year. What does that mean for your overall portfolio? But rather do it for extended reasons or trend style reasons, not just based upon what happens in the Oval Office. By the way, sidebar, in terms of what actually impacts your portfolio, fiscal and monetary policy in more significant ways is actually what happens in Congress. Because remember, Congress is where those tax laws can and are adjusted. So you want to perhaps pay even a little bit more attention on that end of things than you do in the Oval Office, which I understand is practically impossible in this environment. But I just want to offer this up to you as a way to perhaps refine your focus on what this means during this election season, because I know it's emotional, it's supercharged, completely understand all of that. And I'm not saying that there isn't any kind of impact, but you want to put it in the proper perspective, especially when it comes to your financial plan and your overall portfolio allocation. If you'd like to reach out to us at North Main Financial Group, perhaps just to talk on some of the craziness. I know it's noisy, commercials and ads pretty much nonstop. It's going to get more before it gets less. Love to chat with you, northmainfinancial.com.